looking for my kid. Like, is this real? This can't be real. Like, this is me. Like, I see it on the news. Like, I'm reading about it in stories, but not me.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to the Milk Carton series. I'm your host, Stephanie, if you are new, and as always, we thank you for tuning in. Today's episode focuses on 19-year-old Audreona Barnes, who went missing on July 30th of 2021. She went missing from the Warrensville Heights, Ohio area, and this was the last time anyone has ever seen her. Now, the thing about this case is it doesn't have a lot of information to go off of, but it has some strange things that, as I begin to read, that made me say, well, Audreona's mother has been pleading with the community and national news to get this story out there, and sadly, I never heard about this case.
Avignon's frustration with the lack of progress has forced her to do what many families of missing persons in Cleveland have done: start looking themselves.
So if by chance somebody on Warner Road saw her, if they see her picture again, then it could be helpful.
I just so happened to come across another young lady who went missing in Ohio, and somehow her story was connected to Audreona. So that made me say, okay, what is going on? Now, the thing about this as the story unfolds is Audreona was set out to meet with an Army recruit because she wanted to enlist. Now, although her mother did not approve of this, she still supported her child. So the night before, she stayed at her boyfriend's house and was picked up by the recruiter, and they met. Now, what's strange about after meeting with the recruiter, from different articles that I read, is she was dropped off back at the boyfriend's home, but law enforcement don't know if she actually went back into her boyfriend's home. And then why I say there's two different reports is because then there's a supposed text message from the mom's boyfriend that she needed to be picked up from Warner Street.
I know the mom's boyfriend got a text from Audreona stating that, hey, can you come pick me up at a gas station? I believe it was a Marathon gas station. Problem is, where she was staying at on Warner Road in Cleveland, there is no gas station on that street.
And I guess it was somewhat of a gas station, but law enforcement say there's not a gas station on this street. So it's very confusing. She did in fact meet with the recruiter. That has been confirmed by law enforcement. But her moments from after meeting with the recruiter is strange. And law enforcement did try to interview the boyfriend, but he was against it.
Partner and I walked up, introduced ourselves to him, and he blew up on us. I hate the police, called us all kind of names. Basically, he was attacking my partner. My partner removed himself from the situation so I can attempt to talk to him. And this was all outside. We never made it into his apartment. He had eventually asked for an attorney and then just walked away and went into his building.
He didn't want anything to do with the law enforcement. They said that he got very rude and he asked for a lawyer. And Audreona's mother is like, this is very unlike her to just disappear, because she always had her phone. She was glued to it. I mean, she's 19 years of age.
Next day, that's when I went to look for her. I went to her boyfriend's house like, hey, where Audrey? He's like, oh, she gone. She left last night. She said she was coming to you. Y'all had plans. I'm like, yeah, we did, but she never showed up. Calling and no response. So at 9 o'clock, when 9 o'clock came and I hadn't talked to her, I went and filed a missing persons report.
Furthermore, her mom's birthday was coming up, and she would never miss her mother's birthday. She always had to be the first person to say happy birthday. And she got with the mom's boyfriend to get a gift and a cake. So it was very unlike her. And also, her social medias were deactivated and her cell phone was turned off. And there literally has not been any sighting of Audreona Barnes. And law enforcement say they aren't ruling out foul play, but they just don't have any evidence to prove that there was foul play. And it's extremely sad because where is she? Her mother believes she just did not go off on her own. And it's sad because as a mother, you feel that pain and you want to know what has happened to your child, but there just really aren't any new leads to determine where she may be or where she may have gone. That's pretty much all the information regarding 19-year-old Audreona Barnes. But that's today's episode, guys. I'm really praying for some new leads to turn up and that this family can figure out where she is, because everyone deserves to know where their child is. Until the next episode, guys, I'll see you.
And my daughter knows that I'm not going to stop until I find her. I'm not going to quit, because if I quit, then who finds her? She matters to me.